I spent over $100,000 on cameras from the Mini LF, the Sony Burano, the Red, but one of the tools that actually made me a better director cost me less than a lens filter. Today we are talking about the Director's Viewfinder, specifically the Cadrage app, and how I use one feature to load every camera and lens combo I own before stepping on set. So when I got the Mini LF and even the Red, I thought image alone was going to elevate everything, right? You have this beautiful camera, this beautiful sensor, you know, anything you point at it should in theory look good, right? But what I realized fast and very fast is that it wasn't the camera. It was all the decisions I made before the camera, the framing, the lens choice, the movement. And I was making those decisions too late, on set, under pressure. And that's when I started using a director's viewfinder and everything changed. So what is a director's viewfinder? A director's viewfinder lets you preview your shot with accurate focal lengths and sensor sizes without having to touch your camera. So instead of guessing what a 35 will look like on a large format sensor, you would already know. Introducing Cadrage. So the app I use is Cadradge. I did use Artemis. I still have Artemis on my phone, but Cadradge is my preferred app. And I think it's very user interchangeable. You can decide to use one versus the other. But Cadradge just seemed to be more updated in my opinion. So I kind of lean towards that. And it's not just a framing tool. It is a digital pre-production weapon. And the feature that changed everything for me is favorites. Inside Cadradge, there is a little overlooked tab to the right labeled favorites. Most times when you open the app, you see setup and then you see favorites, and most people just go to setup and start plugging in their items, right? So if you go to favorites, and for me, I loaded all my real world setups. All the things that I've done in the past couple months are all sort of loaded in. But if you want to, set up a favorite, right? All you do is add your camera. So I will let's do an Alexa 65, right? Just because we all have access to an Alexa 65, right? That's perfect. OpenGate, Alexa 65 with, I don't know. Panavision 65 lenses, because those are things we all need, right? So once you have that set up, what you do is you just click add this setup to favorites, and I will label this never have I ever, because you never know, it could be there. So then when I go to favorites, it's at the top. So if I was trying to decide, what camera I want to use or what setup, I would bring this, I bring my phone, I bring the app. So I would just go to favorites and I would just tap all the different setups and I would sort of go to town. And it's super clutch because I used to just go in the app and manually plug in my camera and lens combos each time. So now when I'm scouting, I'm not just looking around. I'm not wasting time typing in combinations. I'm clicking on favorite. I'm seeing the exact image I'm gonna get on shoot day. Same field of view, same compression, same feel. So that means I can pick lenses faster. I can block scenes faster. I can walk on set with confidence. I'm not thinking about what else, I have to do before we get started. But I'm just sort of locked in. I was prepping for a recent doc, and instead of bringing out my full camera builds, because we shot on 4 cameras, I just pulled out my phone and I switched to my presets, and I instantly knew 50mm was going to be here, 135 was going to be here, 25 was going to be here, and a 24 to 70 was going to be at my top angle. There was no guessing, there was no wasting time. And to me, that's the difference between reacting on set and creating with intention. So why does this matter at all? So most filmmakers think better gear, better results. But in reality, better decisions, better images. And this tool helps you make those decisions before it costs you money. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to take this even further, how to build out a full Hollywood style director's viewfinder using your phone. Not just the app, but the full setup that makes it feel like the real thing, only better. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.